Okay, now let's start with the discussion for the measurement of the formwork. I show you the summary that will be easier for you to refer later. Okay, this is the sketch of your section for your staircase. You can start sketching in section view before you continue this line. That will be easier for you to sketch as what you learn in your technical drawing subject. Okay, so this one will be 1, 2, 3. Okay, so how many steps we have now? Can you try to calculate? How many steps? This one should be the dotted line. How many steps you have? 5, yeah? Okay, let's count. And we will create the formula based on this sketch. Okay, we will create the formula based on this sketch. Then only we discuss what is the unit of measurement and what is the clause that is required. So I count, yeah. Number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3, this is number 4, this is number 5. Okay, so there are 5 numbers of the step. This is for your landing slab. Okay, now using the different pen, I would like to start measurement for the formwork for item number 1. Okay, but before that, let's put the label. Okay, so I put this one as A. This one is A. I put this one as B. I really hope that you understand my handwriting. I try my best, yeah. Okay, this one from this point to this point. This one is C. This part is D. This part is E. From this point to this point. Okay. This part from this one until this D. This one is E. Sorry, D, E, F. Sorry, this is F. Okay, the thickness of this one G. G can be similar with A as well. So I rub. So this one should be H. Thank you, Yong Chun Yu. Okay, next one we have. Okay, this one is the maximum, yeah. So this one is J. Okay, how I draw this J is actually 90 degree. See, 90 degree from this one. So you look at the blue color. If you look at the blue color for this one, this is the blue color. Okay, so the J is 90 degree from the blue color. This is J. Until the edges of this one. So that is J. Okay, now we start measuring the item. Okay, I think the last one is missing. Okay, so this should be now. Okay, this is K. This is K. So the K is from here to here. Okay, now we will refer to the item to be measured first. After that, only we refer to the units of measurement and the clause, yeah? Okay, the first item that you have to measure is number 1, formwork to riser. Formwork to riser. You have to put the formwork at this point. This is riser. So in this case, how many riser you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can you see that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Even though there are 5 steps, but because this one is still for you to step on it, even though this is part of the landing slab, so you have 6 numbers of riser. Okay, formwork to riser is measured in meter. Okay, this one is according to clause F.12.5. You can refer to F.12.5 later. So the measurement is in meter. So how you want to get the answer for this formwork to riser? The answer is width of staircase, but width of staircase. In this case, I didn't put the length for the width of staircase, so I put L. So this is L from this point to this point. This is L. So the answer is L times 6 numbers. Okay, so how you want to write? You may write, let's say the L is 1.4, so slash 6 numbers. So you get the answer. Okay, that is item number 1. Okay, now let's move to item number 2. Item number 2, we may need to put the number 2 formwork for string. Formwork to string. Okay, for the string, you can refer to F.16.3. Can everyone refer to F.16.3? The unit of measurement for F.16.3 is meter square. Look at the SMM under second line. So the unit is meter square. So how you want to measure in meter square? The formula is C times J. Okay, so how many numbers of C and J? How many numbers of string that you have in this one? You have 2 sides. Because in order for you to get the shape of the staircase, you have to put the formwork here. You have to put the formwork at this point as well. So 2 sides, number 1 and 2. Okay, so I give you example. Let's say C is, let's say you scale, you get 3.00. Okay, the J, if you scale C times J, let's say if you scale J, maybe you get 0.5. How many sides? 2, so slash 2. That is how you get the measurement for string. Okay, that is item number 2 in meter square. So I follow the rules of measurement according to the step of the construction. That will be easier for you to understand. Okay, that is item number 2. I hope everyone can follow me. Please let me know if you are not be able to follow me. Okay, next item, we will carry out measurement for the soffit. Everyone, if you cannot understand the soffit is the bottom, the soffit is the bottom part of the structure. Okay, now D is actually the example of the soffit. So I put here D. D, that is item number 3. Item number 3 is formwork to soffit of sloping staircase. The word sloping staircase is actually shown in F.12.1. If you refer to your SMM, F.12.1, there are 3 subsections, A, B, and C. So for the sloping staircase, because this is soffit of the sloping staircase, you can see either B or C. Unit of measurement is meter square. So basically, if you look at the formula shall be D times L. Okay, so in this case, I only show you 1 flight. So you don't have to times 2. But let's say you have 2 flight because we have landing, then you have to times 2. L that have been given here is 1.4, maybe 1.4. D, let's say I give you example, is 3.5 meter. So D times L, this is how you want to get the answer. 3.5 is D, L that had been shown before, this one, 1.4. So that is how you get the answer for number 3. That is measurement for soffit of the sloping staircase. Okay, move to item number 4. This is item number 4. Also soffit. Okay, this is item number 4. Sorry. Item number 4 is here. This is item number 4. Formwork to soffit of landing slab. In SMM is under F.12.1, but A. If you refer back to the similar clause F.12.1A, this 12.1A is actually horizontal. So horizontal is actually the soffit of sloping landing slab. sorry, horizontal means soffit of the landing slab. There's no sloping, yeah. So how you want to get the formula for this one? The formula is L times E because the unit is meter square. Okay, so next one we have item number 5. Item number 5 is here. Item number 5 is formwork to edges of landing slab. This is your landing slab. So edges of landing slab is actually this one. This one. So one here. How many sides of the edges of this slab? You should have three sides. So if I put in formula, don't worry, even though this one looks messy, we will do the revision later and I will do this one again for the summary. Okay, so for number 5, you can see the formula shall be K times G times 2 sides. Why? Because you should have another one side at this point, this one. See, this is another part. Okay, but you have to plus with this part. So that should be one formula plus L times G. What is L? Is here. L times G. That is actually on the top of your landing beam. Okay, and the last item, that is item number 6. We have item number 6. Item number 6. Do you have any question, class? So I finish this one first before we put the summary. Yeah. Okay, the last one is beam. Okay, item number 6. Formwork to landing beam. How you measure formwork to landing beam? This one, same. You can total up all the sides altogether. So this one is H. This one is H. Okay, this one is F. So the formula is 2H plus F times with L. You get the answer. So formwork to landing beam also measured in meter square. This one is similar with the clause that you learned in frame. That is F.14.1 meter square. Okay, so if I repeat, I'm using the red pen. If I repeat, okay, number 1, we have formwork to riser. Formwork to riser is measured in meter according to F.12.5. So the formula is L times 6. This is L times how many numbers of riser that you have. Item number 2, formwork to string. String is this part. So string is measured in meter square according to F.16.3. You can check F.6.3 in meter square. So the formula is C. Make sure you scale C until end of this point, until this one, until it is able to cover the whole part of your string, and then times J. Make sure also the J is using scale ruler, where you have to put your ruler in perpendicular, means in 90 degree here. So you get the length of C. You get the length of C and J. Okay, item number 3, measurement for the soffit of the sloping staircase, also measured in meter square, F12.1, B or C. B or C is according to the sloping, either less than 15 degree or more than 16 degree from horizontal. Okay, go back to Teo Bingzi question. The coverage for J is until end of the edge. Okay, so from this line until end of the edge. Yes, correct. The one that you highlight in yellow color. So that one. It must be at until the edge of your step. Okay, so that is how you measure the length for J. Am I answering your question? Okay, so item number 3, formwork to soffit of the sloping staircase, measure in meter square. Item number 4, soffit of the formwork to soffit of the landing slab, L times E meter square. So you have to get the length and the width from the plan view. I show you in 3D because I would like you to easily understand. Okay, and then for item number 5, edges of the landing slab. This is item number 5, edges of the landing slab, also in meter square. Sorry, edges of the landing slab is measured in meter. Yeah? I think this one I wrong. Edges of the landing slab is measured in meter. So I make correction for this one. Edges of landing slab for finishes in meter square. Sorry, edges of the landing slab is using similar clause as number 1, f.12.5. So measure in meter. So the formula is K times 2 plus M. Okay, and item number 6, formwork to landing beam. That is in meter square according to f.14.1. Yes, we have to measure all the length using scale ruler. Okay, unless the length is given. This this task, everything is using scale ruler. Okay, because this one looks so messy, so I may summarize again. Number 1, I would like to summarize again, but this time using the summary. Okay, so number 1, formwork to riser. Formwork to riser, the unit is in meter. The clause is f.12.5. Okay, f.12.5 means this is similar to the width of staircase. Okay, item number 2 just now is your string. So the string is C times J. So the J is very important because you have to make sure that the line here is perpendicular until the edges of your step. Okay. Formwork to string is measured under f.16.3 in meter square. Okay. Okay, item number 3, you have to measure here. I put here. Item number 3, you have to measure formwork to soffit of sloping staircase. Sloping staircase is measured in meter square under f.12.1 B or C. So you have to get the length of the soffit and the width of this one. So item number 4, you have to measure, item number 4 just now, edges. Formwork to edges of landing slab. Edges of landing slab, you have 1, you have 2, and you have 3. So this is the edges. Okay, A, B plus C. This one similar clause as number 1, f.12.5. You can refer the first sentence, formwork to edges of the slab, measure in meter. So please total up the length for A, B, and C. That will be the answer for edges of the landing slab. Okay, number 5. Number 5 is this one, formwork to soffit of landing slab. Soffit of landing slab. So the length on plan times with the width of your staircase. Let's say you get this one, E, and this one is L. So times with this one, you get the answer is meter square f.12.1 A, horizontal. The last one is the beam. Remember, for the beam, if the design is like this, just now I show you the example, the slab is 175. So this one is 425. This one, let's say 200. So how you want to get the formula? I put this one as A and B, for example. So 2A plus B then you get the answer times with L. That is the length of the beam. Okay, like this. Any questions so far? Any question, class? Okay, now let's discuss item number 1. What you have to measure for the formwork? Sharon, what is item number 1? Formwork 2? Formwork 2? Sharon, what is item number 1? Formwork 2 riser. The unit is in meter. The clause is F.12.5. Okay, item number 2, coverage. Formwork 2, string or open string. The unit is meter square. The clause is F.16.3. Okay, item number 3, formwork 2, soffit. Okay, now if let's say it is actually for you to easily understand. Every time you see the word soffit, then you can divide it into 2. Number 1, soffit of sloping staircase. Okay, so number 4 is formwork 2, also soffit, but to the horizontal slab. That will be easier for you to remember because the unit is similar. This is meter square, this is meter square, and then this one is F.12.1 B or C. Horizontal is F.12.1 A. Okay, number 5, formwork 2, it just means the sides of the slab, but because SMM did not use the word sides, so I did not use different term. I used the word similar term. I use the similar term as in SMM, formwork to edges of landing slab. So this one, unit is in meter, similar clause as number 1, F.12.5. Last one, formwork to sides and soffit of landing beam. Okay, side and soffit of landing beam in meter square. This is similar as your upper, for measurement for the frame, F.14.1 meter square, sides and soffit. So this is the summary for the formwork to the staircase components, provided that you have landing slab. So if you don't have landing slab, you don't have to measure any item relevant to landing slab and landing beam. I've experienced last time, I give the drawing for straight flight. So student is asking, Miss, where is landing beam, where is landing slab? I say it's depending on your drawing. If your drawing doesn't have landing slab and the drawing doesn't have landing beam, then you only have to measure 1, 2, and 3. No landing slab, no landing slab, no landing beam. Okay, this is the example of the staircase with landing slab. Once you have landing slab, you may have landing beam. Any questions so far? Yes, Sharon, coverage, measure all items is scalar. Is there any question? So if you don't have any question, I will share all this recording in the Blackboard. You may need to watch, you may need to refer, and I really hope that you may get the drawing as soon as possible. Please form a WhatsApp group so that we can